Hi, this is Ryan Vaz, and with PBN Bharat, we bring to you this series called Inspire. Inspire is a series where we bring established entrepreneurs onto our podcasts and pick their brains to understand what makes them successful as they are. Today, we have with us a guest who operates in one of the most unpredictable spaces of business, and that is in the world of growth. He's the founder of Growth Gravy, but he didn't just build a company, he's built a system that other companies can scale. Starting as a solopreneur, he has grown his team to over 50 people working across industries from hospitality and real estate to e commerce and government projects. But what makes his journey fascinating is a field where results are never guaranteed, and he has built a career around making growth repeatable. Because at its core, growth is not just about numbers, it's about understanding people. I'm very happy to welcome a very dear friend, Viresh Vazirani. Hi, Viresh.
Hi Ryan, thanks for having me here.
Viresh, I have seen you grow, over the years. I think we've been together some 7, 8 years
Yeah,
back,
yeah,
probably a little bit more
right.
also. And then you've grown from this shy, quiet kid to a towering giant in the world of social media. How did this transition happen, Viresh?
So for me, I think everything's been very organic in terms of taking one step at a time. I would say right in the beginning when it was me looking at other business owners and a lot of organizations around me, attending networking events. I even remember getting statements like, "Oh, you've been here for 2, 3 years and you still have a team of five. What's stopping your growth?" From that to today being 10x of that, and I would say that every step of the way, looking at others, learning, seeing what inspiration you can draw, picking up from the challenges that can, be a great learning opportunity. And you may win some, you may lose some, but yeah, I think what matters is you keep learning along the way. So yeah.
So growth gravy has become like a gold standard in the social media world space today. A lot of people, seek your either an employment or an internship or to be somehow or the other associated with growth gravy. That's the kind of impact that you have created. This. What do you think is that culture that you have built into the place that attracts talent to you?
So I believe the culture is that when you love what you do, you never work a day, right? And this is what made me kickstart what I'm doing today. And when I was just fresh out of college, looking for opportunities, looking for things to do, I had a great time interning at some startups, learning their culture. And when I wanted to get into this industry, in this field, I realized that there weren't as many opportunities in Goa. So it started with small projects, helping out friend's dad, helping out with small projects. And over the years, it sort of built into together as a core team, trying to not just work but also have fun along the way. And like they say, enjoy your work, enjoy the little moments. And being in this industry gives me naturally that opportunity to whether it's hospitality, whether it's tourism clients, whether it's events or government projects, it's always given me a very diverse opportunity every time. So
Right.
every project that we take, there is a set of great opportunities. There's a lot of fun to be had, and I think that's how the DNA is kind of built and very organically, shaped itself. That you try to find joy in the little things you do, and let the work speak for itself. Put in the effort, put in the work, and if you love what you do, it's going to show in the results.
In the results. And you've spoken about different people that you've been catering to, which is why I've never been looking at you as a social media guy. I've been looking at you as a more of a strategist, as a growth strategist, not as a marketing person, because I'm sure talking to so many different kind of companies across various sectors, as you've told, hospitality,
Yeah.
industry, government, you've been able to understand the pattern. There is a pattern that people follow that either makes or breaks them. But before we and I think you've kind of cracked the code as into what is it that makes them, what is it that breaks them, what are the things that they're doing wrong, maybe as a business or as a marketing?
So, let me take a step back into when I started. I obviously came from a place of mind where I understood tech, I understood a little bit of marketing, I understood the analytics and the creativity, and that's where I realized a lot of businesses, they they want new customers, they want growth, they want to go and scale from where they are at, but somewhere in this puzzle, of these three core pillars, they were not able to leverage and make the best. So even having seen the journey with so many other freelancers when the time I was starting out, so many other companies, for me, having a solid base on these three areas, that is your marketing, your tech, and analytics and creativity, blending all of that together and giving that as a solution to brands and businesses is what I would say really worked in my case, and in the case of the clients that have continued to be with me and work with us. So I think that's sort of the core.
But that's what worked.
Yeah.
What are the patterns that you see in people that they commonly do as mistakes? And I'm asking you because there are a lot of people out there, and I want them to introspect and wonder, am I doing the same mistakes?
Yeah. I think the biggest mistake that as a business you can do is keep doing what's not working for you. Right? So I strongly believe in doubling down on what's working for you. So, for instance, if for me as a business owner, coming here and interacting with you and giving you, some insight about my journey, if that helps me tomorrow, either attract new talent or reach out to more businesses, I'll make sure to look for such more opportunities and do more of it. And actually, let me also put this on record that one of my first clients that came to us was actually because of a YouTube video which went out, and I spoke about my journey with my music blog, and it was recorded in a very not that great setup. I think I was sweating back then. I had all of that on camera, and when that went out, I actually drafted a small email to the person who shot it and posted it on YouTube, and I said that please, I don't think I look the best in this, and it's not really the best representation. Can I please request you to take it down? And I thought it was sent and was deleted. Until when I started my agency, and I get this message from someone who had a flower as his emoji, and he says, I run a company in the US and I would like you to help me with some growth strategy. And at that point I was obviously I had thoughts, why it's just a new brand. I've not advertised myself, I've not advertised my company, there's nothing which has gone out there. And that but I said, okay, I'm free. I'm just starting my business. I have got nothing to lose. Maximum, I'll go and figure out that this person's not serious. He's a scamster or whatever. So I go there and I realize, okay, this.
So you went to US?
No, I was in India. This gentleman told me that he had a business in the US, and he texted me on Facebook with a flower emoji. Mm-hmm. So I said, someone wants to meet me, and this doesn't even look very great. But I said, let me meet. What's there to lose? So I met. I had a conversation. It was my first international client that we closed. Mm-hmm. And I happened to ask him, how did you get to know about me? He said, I watched a YouTube video where you were speaking about the blog strategies. So that's what brings me back to saying that, if this is something that worked for me back then, it's definitely something that helps and has an impact in whatever form.
Do more of it.
Yeah. So you, as a business, look for those things which are your YouTube moments, which are your moments of getting that client. And I think that's what really, businesses need to focus on. Look at what's not working, and sometimes it's hard to say that, okay, let me shut this down, it's not working, let me shut this product, let me not do this, because I think as small business owners, everyone including me, we all tend to get a little emotional with what we're building. Yes. We tend to get a little personal about it, and it's difficult to say, okay, this is not working. Even for us, I would say that we during COVID launched a online course platform where we made a decent profit. It was an online webinars, and we had I think over 50,000 students who joined us. But the same amount of time which I was spending, and this was a project where it needed a lot of my personal energy. The same amount of time, if I were, spending it on my agency business, it was giving me more revenue, was giving me more value, and the time that I was continuing to spend on the courses platform was very difficult, for me to justify. Right. And I had to take that call to put a pause to it and say that, okay, this is where I need to focus. But yeah, that's what brings me to say that we tend to get emotional. These are difficult decisions to make, but if you realize that okay, something else can give you more impact, something else that can give you better results, it's difficult, but you need to make that
But
shift.
I was talking to another guest, and she mentioned that something that did not work for them 10 years back worked now. So how do we know that what did not work then and what failed then, that we should not do that again? That's one thing. And second, and more so because of YouTube videos. YouTube videos at that time when you launched that video may have been a very powerful source, but is it still relevant today, with a lot of AI videos coming up and all that? Do you think YouTube again is still relevant? That method is still relevant?
Yeah, I think it is. So what matters more than the distribution and the platforms and the algorithms is also the message that you're sharing. Now, let me give an example. If I put the same video out there and I have only 50 people watching it, versus I make some AI videos on maybe Instagram Reels or any other platform, and I get like 100,000 watchers or viewers for it. Let me compare all these 100,000 viewers with zero target audience, with 0% of my interest, versus 10 viewers on that YouTube video where all of them or even 5 of them are my target audience and they watch the entire content piece. I would say that this is still what will get me the result, compared to the 100,000 views.
I love that you bring this up, Viresh, because I've seen similar situations in different places where a lot of effort is being put in getting about 100 videos, and someone is doing an AI video which is giving 1,000 views.
Yeah.
So can you elaborate more?
Yeah.
How is it better?
What is better, the quality views or
the quality views?
Yeah, so there could be situations where even the AI videos can reach to your target audience and get you the results. But I'm just giving you a quick analogy to tell you that who's watching and what's the message in that's being delivered. That's what makes more impact. What is the engagement on these 5 viewers who've seen this content piece, right? I mean, have they watched my entire 20-30 minute message just because what I was speaking to was of value to them and it in some way can help them in their business? I think that's far more beneficial and that's far more engaging versus having a quick meme that's going out there, which is getting you the views, getting you the traction, but maybe not really giving you. So what we would see is every project, every video, every campaign, you need to analyze what's the objective. If your objective is to just bring in a fun moment, create some fun content, and you don't really want to push through a strong message through that, then maybe the first set of quick videos out there works. But yeah, if you want to talk business, you have something interesting that can be engaging for the person, and after watching that, a person can come and work with you and give you a business of 5 lakhs. So it's all about what your objective is for every campaign.
Do you face an existential crisis with technology growing up? I mean, I've heard of and seen YouTube videos or different type of videos that are completely AI generated, and I know that you used to put a lot of time and effort into designing and creating your videos. We've seen AI agents that are coming up that are not just posting videos, but they are also sending messaging, engaging with people and all that. So do you think that, and a lot of people keep talking about it, social media guys are finished, it's not going to work for them anymore?
So I would say that right since the time I started, we've seen different phases. Like some platform would work, some format would work, the format would evolve. So I think personally I've been so accustomed to whatever you did 1 year back doesn't work anymore kind of a situation. And that's what brings me today. I know that there is AI, but I don't look at it as a point of view that I'm in a crisis and it's going to replace me. Yes, if I'm not on my toes and if I don't make the effort to figure a way to provide that, in order to optimize my services, or
so you're constantly developing.
So you got to constantly look at ways to learn and engage. Maybe I may be able to do more business than I'm currently catering to with the help of AI, and that's why probably the costs would be more optimized, or can be more optimized for clients. But at the same time, if I keep doing what I'm doing right now for the next 5 or 10 years, then I'm sure I'm going to be out of business. And that's why I came in, right? I came in because a lot of the traditional, you would say, software developers or agencies that existed, nobody was doing what I was doing. And if they had adopted or evolved, I would have a very difficult entry point at that stage. Like the reason why, it's true that some really big brands trusted in me in the initial stages, and I was actually taking a quick drive during college where someone asked me that why would the top business houses of Goa give you an opportunity or pay you as just a college graduate to do professional work for them. And 1 or 2 years later into my business, I was actually working with some of the big business houses from Goa, big government projects, and that happened because there was a gap, there was an opportunity, and the typical traditional big mainstream agencies or they were not evolving because they were in that comfort space. So yes, today if I remain in the comfort space and I don't push the teams to test out and try new things and push myself to learn what's right now coming up in the AI world, I know that I'm going to be replaced.
Right.
So it's not that AI is going to replace humans. I think AI is going to replace humans that don't use AI.
That's true. I think the people have gone out of sync of not because technology has come, but because of their adaptability to change. Okay, some years back, when you were probably entering in, most people, change would come in a couple of years. Yeah, today it's coming in every month.
Yeah.
How in your opinion, because you've got more access to technology, what do you think of this window? How is it shrinking, and if so, by how much?
Yeah, I definitely think it's shrinking, and you need to be on your toes. And if that means shutting shop for a week and going and just jumping into a boot camp to level up, I'm saying that is something you got to do. If to save a business, if you got to do it now, you still can save it versus waiting for that moment, waiting for an opportunity to. Yeah.
Do you consider yourself analytical or creative?
So I would say I have to keep all three balances in check. I mean, that's why I exist, right? Because if I only heavily focus myself on tech, or that's what the traditional agencies before me were, or if I'm too focused on creative, which a lot of still folks do it.
Yes.
It's a difficult space unless you get a very highly specialized client who's got the other two verticals figured out. That kind of client might work for you, but the space I was in and where I started, Goa was still, it's not a tier 1 city. So a lot of businesses that I work with, a lot of brands that I work with, they want to come to you and, get the best of all of these three areas. And that's where they find me as a great fit. And it's worked not only for Goan clients, but a lot of clients, in different cities, right? From Nasik to Delhi to Bangalore. People tend to look at us as, okay, these guys are sitting in Goa, but they've got that creative mindset. They've got the efficiency because of the work-life balance. And then they are able to produce quality work of international standards. So that's where we see that opportunity for us, and that's where clients look at us from that
a lot of
viewpoint.
people, Viresh, think that nothing comes out of Goa, and I want to break that thought.
Yeah.
And yet you've been in different places, and you've spoken about international clients also.
Yeah.
Is it okay? If it is okay with you, would you be comfortable sharing some names that you're dealing with, simply to show that sitting in Goa, you can reach all over the place?
Yeah. So I may not be able to name all the clients, but I would say in terms of cities or in terms of countries, we've worked with US, we worked with Switzerland, we worked with a client in Bermuda, so we've got a client from Germany. So we've got different areas that we've managed to cover.
Wow.
And it works. They also look at Goa as a great spot because they've heard good things about Goa. India's already booming in the IT space, and everyone has a positive mindset about India. But yeah, Goa does bring in that creative edge for them. And I think the whole notion that Goa is a Susegat place and the work doesn't get done, I think that doesn't apply anymore. And to those who still have that mindset and who are maybe the workforce or the businesses, I think you gotta get your stuff together.
Change. If someone wants to start, I wouldn't say that way. So let me rephrase this. A lot of youngsters are looking at social media marketing as the immediate step once they want to think of a business idea. Okay, so while they're still in college, we've done, and I've had the good fortune of interviewing some talented ones. But for those who are doing this without understanding what they're getting into, what would be your message to them?
So I think social media is a great place, even if you don't want to do social media as a career, but you have some other business idea, right? I think knowing social media is kind of now become like the default setting. You may work in it, you may not work in it, you may have someone else who's working in it for you, as a business. But knowing it is, I think, not an option anymore. That's what I would say. So even if you are a college student, if you are someone who's starting a business, if you are someone who is yet to start a business in 2-3 years, I would advise you to learn social media. I would advise you to go on online platforms, learn the digital platforms that can bring you the growth, that can give you market research. Let me also tell you this. We were looking at an option to kickstart a sports project, in Goa. And we said, let us run a coming soon campaign before we've done anything, right? Before we've got the space for it, before we put the facility, before we've rented the team, hired the team, rented the anything. We said let's run a campaign saying coming soon, and let's see how many people are interested. So within a period of 2 or 3 days, and this is a very hyper local, so we just had like a 5-kilometer target audience that we wanted to cater to. So we ran this campaign, and within 3 days we got 50 people to sign up, give their contact details saying we are interested, and they filled in the amount that they would want to pay for a service like this, and we got our first result even before launching a business.
That's amazing.
So that's what social media enables you. Now, maybe because I know so much about it, I was able to think of it from that point of view with my colleague. But that's where social media is heading. You can use it even before you do business. You want to do.
That's an excellent strategy that you have given, Viresh. And like I said, Viresh is not just a social media specialist; he's a growth strategist. That's right. And you've been doing an amazing work over the years. It was so nice having you on the show, sharing some of the things that you do, which I'm sure no one else would have been able to pick up. If they had come and met you in the office also. But here you've been quite open and sharing some of your strategies in helping other businesses grow. Thank you very much for coming onto the show.
Pleasure, and thanks for having me.
Wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.